It is the morning, excuse the hair and everything else, but I wanted to kind of get a video in this week, and right now seems better time as any. So it's been a busy week, but a good busy and kind of a bittersweet busy. We finished our last day of EIBI yesterday, and I was kind of like mentally prepared and emotionally gone about a month ago. Like, my emotions were more so then than they were yesterday, but I still did go through a period last night of I'm kind of 50-50 with it. I'm kind of in a point of I'm ready to move on. Emmett's come so far, etc., etc. It's all good. And then the other 50% is, wow, there's literally pretty well no services like this after this. There's this huge gap between starting school and adulthood that's just missing all these pieces for the autism community. And it's very sad, and I feel very strongly about it that there should be changes. So, anyway, I am just here with the boys. We are watching Bubble Guppies and just chilling today. Like I said, still in pajamas, they're in their pajamas as well, and we're just kind of here. It's a little bit of a rainy day, so I'm going to clean today and get some stuff done for, I have to do some more pamphlets and bookmarks for those who purchase my book. Because if you purchase them straight through me, I do up a little package that goes with the book. So, Jump with Both Feet is on Amazon for those who don't know are not aware. And my second book comes out, Motherhood, A Joyful Exhaustion, on July 3rd on Amazon. So if you're at all interested in any of those kind of topics, Jump with Both Feet is Emmett's autism journey up to until his diagnosis, and Motherhood, A Joyful Exhaustion is kind of self-explanatory. So going through all those emotions yesterday and last night, it was really just thinking a lot about what I try to throw my focus on and what I suggest people do now that we've walked through it is to realize how far your child has come, reflect on the year, and look at where they started to where they are now, and it's kind of amazing. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll get you more blue chips in 1 minute, okay? So, this is life. This is literally life right now. Like I said, I wanted to film, and it's too busy, so I'm just taking you along with me during this video in the busy, busy morning. Morning is good, but morning is busy. And yes, he is having chips. If you are like me and your child literally eats 5 foods, they eat those 5 foods no matter what time of day it is. So blue chips it is today. So, these are the last blue chips, Emmy. The last ones, see? They're the last blue chips, okay? So, moving on. Sorry, it's crazy. It's a crazy move along video today. We'll just go with that. So, that is where I am at. I am at this place that I'm trying to focus on how far we have come. And thinking about the future is a little scary, but not as scary as it was a year ago. Now I feel like we have the tools, the skills to go forward and for Emmett to have the best life as far as coping skills and all that kind of stuff. It is very overwhelming to think that there's this huge gap, that we literally do not have any, the intensity of services is no longer, it's like when we were in All Kids, we were waiting for EIBI to start, and then EIBI is now done, and that's it. We're not really waiting for anything. I think that we can take up a couple of All Kids visits until September, but I don't think we're going to bother, only because I think it would only add up to like 2, and If it was something that was every week and he would get like 8 visits out of it or something, then I would. But I don't think 2 visits in 2 months is, I don't think it's going to really be worth it. So it's only an hour as well. So that's 2 hours out of 2 months that we would get. I don't really see the point in taking them up on that. So I think that we're just going to be as we are. But there's no doubt in where Emmett has come forward, where he's at now. It's kind of unbelievable. And it's not at the same time, because if you know me, I'm very much, I've said from the beginning, he's going to get there. It's just going to take a certain timing or a certain sort of method that may be out of the box to get him there. And a lot of the stuff, it's like he did himself. All of it he did himself, but there's certain things that just happened, and they just happened when they did. And I don't really know, like the day before his 5th birthday, he didn't want to wear pull-ups anymore. And I was like, okay, bud. And we did that. And a year before that, I had tried like cold turkey, and he did not cope well at all with it, so we just didn't do that. And there's a lot of people, like I say, who judge. I don't really care. Unless you walk in my shoes, you can't judge. As far as any of that. So, thoughts about the program. I'm not going to get too in-depth, because I'm actually, my second book for that is a the series is a Jump with Both Feet series. I'm going to hopefully keep writing, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to anyway. I'm 99% sure I want to keep doing that, so I'm going to do it. But the series is going to follow Emmett hopefully through his life, or hopefully through until he's like 18 or something, depending on what I feel is a good conclusion. Autism obviously never ends, but I want to document kind of our experience from beginning to end, like, or beginning to mid, whatever you want to call it, to a certain point anyways, to maybe adulthood, because there's a lot of books out there. There's not a lot of books out there, that are focused on kids, teenagers, from a parental perspective. So I kind of want to throw that out there. But Let's Jump Again comes out in October, and it's going to have it's going to have our entire EIBI experience in that book. Everything that I've thought about it. But to break it down for this video so that it's not too long, because I just wanted to kind of check in today and express a few things. Parents, never lose your voice for your child. You may have somebody telling you what they think where they think your child is at, but if you feel differently, most likely you are right, because we are with our children 365 days a year, and we are right there doing everything. Follow your gut. Don't be afraid to think outside the box. Encourage people to think outside the box. Cling to the AIs, the autism interventionists on your team. They are the people who are spending the majority of the time with your child. They are the people that you need to communicate with the most, in my opinion. You really need to, they are there with you constantly, especially in the beginning when it's 5 days a week. So they're going to get to know your kid on another level as far as the entire team goes. They are going to get to know them way more, because they're going to be there with you consistently for thousands of moments. I broke it down roughly to, we had 54 weeks of EIBI, 204 days, 540 hours, roughly, like give or take a couple numbers, but roughly. So I encourage you to take advantage of that. I have a different scenario, though. I want to talk about that, because the majority of kids who are in EIBI, it seems, and please correct me if I am wrong, but there is a handful, like myself, that I'm aware of. I am a stay-at-home mother. There are a lot who are not. There are a lot of parents who their child is in daycare, and they're not really involved extremely in the EIBI process. They're not there every day. They're mostly, the workers are mostly working with the daycare or pre-primary. And that's fantastic. But please, if you are a working parent, a parent whose child is in daycare, please know to check in, really know their goals, really know and work hard to what has to be accomplished at home as well. Don't leave it to the daycare and leave it to the workers. You run this whole thing. You run it. And your child's going to be going home to you, and you are going to be carrying your child through their life. So you need to know the skills, and you need to be educated as well, and be involved as best as you can. So don't leave it for other people to do the work, because the most important work that's done is your child's and your own. So that's that little spiel, because I feel like I really just feel it's important for people to know that. Now, in the small group that I am in, I feel like it's a lot smaller. I was here for every session, every single visit, every hour, every week. I was here. And I know that I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. I am a stay-at-home mother. I am full-time home with the boys. And I was here. I didn't miss any. This entire process, I've been present. For the sake of maybe an hour, I wasn't, because I had to go to a doctor's appointment. But I've always been here at least the second half of a session, if not the whole thing. And I might say, and so has Jason, because when he was, his shifts at work, he was working in the afternoon, and most sessions in the beginning were in the morning. So he was here every morning. So we both got to actually experience the program head on, which in a dream scenario is so fantastic. It was wonderful because we were both learning how to learn these PRT skills and everything else. And we were very comfortable, like, with the AIs and everything. So I'm going to end it here because I'm looking and I'm like 13 minutes in, and I've been kind of rambling a little. But this is just a little video for this week, just to kind of go over that. I probably will get more in depth at another point, but as of right now, that's where I'm at. I'm feeling 50-50. I'm feeling Emmett has gotten so far that it's like we're good right now, but then there's the other 50% of the thinking of the gap, thinking of this big gap, that there's literally not a service like this now, like going forward. It's, you can call and stuff and get consults and little things like that. It's not the same. Having the AIs here full-time and stuff is good. I'm going to go because he wants Crash on, and I will talk to you very soon. So this is another week. If you want to reach me, go to my Facebook page, Alex Cormier-author, or my email, alexcormier@live.com. So I shall talk to you soon.